Hi, I'm here with Tracy Donut. I'm so excited. She has created these simple tonics that I've tried and I absolutely love. I'm a big herbalist myself, and she's been in the herbal medicine, I would say, arena for like over 20 years, has dedicated herself, has grown herbs and experimented with them for health, and she has opened up a store in Santa Monica and has these drinks that are off the charts incredible, which I get to try a few of the new ones today. So Tracy, welcome.
Thank you.
To my
Thank you for
show.
having me.
I'm so excited. I love to interview people like yourself,
Aw.
you know, who have been doing these things for a very long time,
Yeah.
who really know what they're doing. And I feel like you're one of those game changers because there isn't anything out on the market like this.
No.
And, you know, so I just have to have
Yeah.
you tell the audience a little bit about your story because it's quite riveting.
Okay. So, well, I've been doing this a long time. I actually first got into herbalism and natural health as a teenager. So I was fortunate. I got to see an herbalist.
Now, why?
You
As a
know, it's
teenager,
funny because you have youth on your side.
Yeah.
But I was a junk food junkie. So I
Okay.
had a health crisis at 18, but I wasn't, for some reason I got there.
Okay.
And when I started taking these herbal formulations, I just felt better. I could just feel it instantly.
So someone taught you. You went to an herbalist.
I went to an herbalist, and I had the experience
Okay.
myself of
Yeah.
taking these plants, and then she sort of took me under her wing because I was so interested, and she taught me quite a bit.
Right.
And then I spent, I started experimenting for years, and then I would say I had two major revelations, if you
Right.
will, and that was when my husband and I bought a house on the Central Coast, and it came with this little cottage garden with a lot of herbs, and we both had never gardened. We didn't know, but we wanted to keep, obviously, the garden alive.
Right.
And so I really started learning about plants and gardening and watching the seasons and making relationships with the plants. And
Wow.
and we were lucky. There was an organic biodynamic herb farm right nearby, and they had classes. So my husband started learning about biodynamic compost, and
the two of you were very involved in this.
really. And he was more into like the soil
Right.
and the garden. I started taking classes on, making your own lip balms and healing salves, and so it was a wonderful resource, and that kind of got me into making my own stuff and using the garden. And then I would say probably the biggest thing for me was when I picked up Susan Weed's book, which I believe was her first and only book at the time, which was Herbs for the Childbearing Year. And
Okay.
I wasn't pregnant.
Right.
I didn't want to be pregnant, but for some reason
That book spoke to you.
Do you know, it's like one of those
Yeah.
things where it just
falls
kind of
off the shelf.
falls off the shelf. And I just read it, and it was the way she approached health through nourishment, the plants that she used, wild, common plants, medicine of the people, the reverence with which she talked about the plants, herbal
Right.
infusions, finding that the water-based way was really the most nourishing and the most supportive to health.
So are you saying, because I know a lot of these things out there on the market, the herbal medicines, are in
Yeah.
alcohol?
Yeah, well, those are tinctures. Those are powerful too.
Those are-
So it depends on the plant.
Okay.
We do the infusions from nourishing plants, so those do better in a water extraction.
Interesting.
Yeah, so some
Okay.
plants are better
In alcohol?
Some
Okay.
kind of do both.
Okay.
What's nice about these is that they're gentle.
Right.
They work cumulatively, so the more you drink, the better you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what's fascinating is, I recently, in the last couple of years, healed myself with herbal medicine, and I love also food-wise some of these foods, like you have something your dandelion, your burdock that
Yeah.
you also have in your drinks. I swear by those,
Yeah.
because I think everybody needs to be detoxing and
Yeah.
all that. But when you do it this gentle way, like I love the name Simple Tonics, because people do it very hardcore,
Yeah.
and they almost take too much a lot of times. But to do it the simple way it feels so right.
Yeah.
And so balancing and so beautiful.
Yeah, it's very gentle. And what's nice is, we call them simples because that's
Yeah.
a traditional term, which means using one plant or herb
Oh, so per
at a time
drink.
in a medicinal way.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally, the rule of thumb in traditional folk medicine is you kind of start with one plant, at a time. So you really get to know the plant, the
Right.
taste, the flavor, you feel the benefit. And it's also, I think, smart because a lot of blends, you may have a reaction.
Yeah,
You don't, there
agree.
may be something in there. So if you really start with them, and I blend now because I've been working with
Yeah,
them for so
'cause
long.
you know what works together.
But I still really enjoy them on their own too because they're, you're using the whole plant. So
Right.
there's so much there.
So what about, I mean, did you have any health issues that you healed with some of these things, these herbs?
I do every day. I drink different
like
ones.
all of
So,
us,
yeah,
right? We all have
exactly.
something.
So definitely.
Yeah.
There are times where, like starting this business, I have a lot of adrenal fatigue. It's been
Right.
really stressful. And so I'm relying on nettle and chickweed a lot. So that'll be something because
Okay.
I know those are rebuilding. Those are
Right.
really nourishing my body. And, nettle's great for adrenals and stress. There are times, detoxification. If you drink too much or you're exposed, you go with your dandelion and your burdock.
Right.
So there are different plants I use for different times. I'm fortunately so far to have not had a major health crisis, and I
Okay.
think it's partially because I got involved
So early.
so early,
Young.
and
you had a base and you really
yeah.
built on that.
And that's not that I don't have things that come up. Of
Right.
course I do, but I haven't. It wasn't. That's not what drove me into this.
Right.
When you talk to most herbalists, it's kind of a calling. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of like the plants knock on your door. So for me, it's more of a calling to the medicine.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you still have the garden? You still work out of the garden? Do you still
So
have
I
the
don't
house in the
have
garden?
that house. No, I have
Okay.
a property in Malibu,
Okay.
actually. So we have an acre. So we kind of traded
Is that
up.
where you're growing all of your
So
herbs?
we don't grow for the tonics because
Okay.
it's just too
Too
much
many?
plant material. But we do have a medicinal garden.
Okay.
So basically, it's actually pretty cool. When we brew the tonics, we have
Yeah.
all this extra plant material, right?
Right.
So we take that. I actually cook a bag home every day. My
Wow.
car totally stinks. and we take it and we actually compost it on our property.
Okay.
And then that compost goes into our medicinal garden. And so we grow a lot of plants that we use. We have a product, Simple Cider, which is based on the traditional fire cider.
Yeah.
In fact, I made a batch yesterday. We pulled up horseradish out and used it right
Oh my
out of the garden.
God. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's really nice. And a lot of our tinctures and vinegars that we
Right.
make, we do grow the plants for because those
Okay.
are smaller batch. I just can't keep up with the production.
Right, of this bigger
And they're
amount.
exactly.
What are you thinking about with this store and the future of all? This is your first store?
This
and-
is my first store, so I've wanted to do this for about 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so my husband he kind of had a life-changing experience with nettle because
Okay.
he is very athletic, but he was getting a lot of joint pain, and he says, I said, you're too young to feel old.
Right,
And so
right.
I got him drinking nettle daily,
Yeah.
and it changed his life. And now he walks around everywhere with his nettle bottle. He's really proud. But no, I totally lost my train of
Yeah,
thought.
we're going to go to commercial.
Okay.
But so you can think about the train of thought. I do
okay.
that too very often. So everyone will be back with Simple Tonics. And I can't wait to hear more about like the herbs and what they'll do for us because these are powerful medicine, I feel. So we'll be right back. I can't tell you how excited I am about the Alyssa Goodman Show. I've partnered with ready? Not ready. I have focus with Focus TV. My brain is like going whoop, whoop. I'm sorry. It's like, why is this so hard? Hey, all you need is a private chef and some Botox and a stylist and you're good to go. So we're back and with Simple Tonics, and now we're going to learn a little bit more about what each of these herbal products does for us, because they, like I said before, they are such powerful medicine. And I am so blessed to have you bring this to to the community here in LA. I mean, we're so lucky, but to have a lot of things at our fingertips, but also to be starting to go down this herbal route, because I think it's really is the future, because the deeper work of these things is, I think, what's like the calling these days, for healing people at the root of their issues, right? So, and that's why you did this, I'm sure. That's why.
Yeah, it's crazy out there right now.
I
So I think
know.
we all need all the support we can get.
Yeah, totally. And you're doing it. I mean, it's so beautiful. But Schisandra.
Yes, so Schisandra is a berry.
Yes.
We call it the superhero. We have
Yeah.
names for each of our tonics. I brought 5. We have 8 total right now.
Okay.
We're going to be introducing a couple more. But Schisandra is...
Superberry.
We call
it
it the
does everything?
superhero. Because it basically really does.
Okay.
It's tonifying for all of the organs. It's really great. It's known as a beauty aid because it tones the skin. But I really like it. It's a little bit energizing. So like in the
Okay.
afternoon, if you have a project, really great for mental clarity,
Okay.
focus. So that's a really nice one. It has a
Right.
very tart flavor. Yeah, so that's Schisandra. Do you want to go
Yeah,
ahead?
let's
You want
go
to taste
ahead
it?
and
Okay.
try that.
Yeah, sure. I'm thirsty anyway.
No, it looks too good. So, and then moving to Rose.
Yes. So rose, as we all know, rose. It's beautiful. It's intoxicating.
Wow.
And
This is good.
yeah, the Shisandra's good. Rose is like heart
Wow.
medicine. We call it the elevator because it just makes you feel good. It's also really hydrating. It's also good for your skin. But I really feel it's more like emotional medicine. Yeah.
Right. So you call it the elevator.
The elevator.
So it lifts you.
Yeah, so
Like
it's both. It's exactly. So it's
Yeah.
kind of calming, but
Yeah.
elevating at the same
Yeah.
time. If that makes sense, it's very
Right.
soothing. It's just beautiful medicine
And great for the skin
and great
as
for the
well,
skin and
right?
really hydrating.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this is...
That's chickweed.
Chickweed. I don't know much about
Okay,
chickweed.
so chickweed is a common weed. It's considered sort of a spring tonic.
Okay.
It's something people use. You can put it in salads.
I think of chickweed as like, I might be allergic to it. Is that like a... why do
Yeah,
I think that?
Maybe because the name sounds kind
okay.
of, yeah, it does sound a little like, yeah. But no,
Okay.
it's actually safe and non-toxic.
Right.
It's highly nourishing.
Okay.
So it's got a really great vitamin mineral profile. It's really great for rebuilding. So after an illness, after any
Okay.
kind of injury, that's a really great one.
Wow. Let's try that
Yeah,
one.
you want to try that, Liam?
Yes. I mean, I hope I can take these all home.
Yeah. I know. I should have
could
brought
use all of
8,
them.
come to think of it. But okay, so that's
I'll
the
definitely have to
chickweed.
make a trip to the store.
Yeah, I
so,
hope you do.
Yeah, so chickweed.
This is chickweed.
Good.
It's good. It's got
Yeah.
a little grassy
it's earthy.
flavor.
Grassy.
It's earthy.
I love grassy because I love all...
It's very cooling too. So if you have a heat in your body, that's a really great one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's very common.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heat
Yeah,
in our
I
bodies.
tend to, my
Yeah.
constitution runs a little hot, so that's a
Right.
really good one for me.
And also when you're sick, doesn't it tend to run a
it's
little...
a really,
That's great too. And then burdock, which...
this is burdock.
one of my favorites of
Yeah,
all
so you're
time,
familiar
'cause-
with burdock.
yeah,
It's a food,
yes.
people often eat it.
I juice it.
Yeah, okay. So as you already know, it's
Yeah.
got a really nice vitamin mineral profile,
Right.
but it's detoxifying too. So it cleans the blood, the bowel, the kidney, the liver. It's high in inulin, so it's a prebiotic.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about the inulin.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's you want to taste that one?
Yes.
Taste our
Yes.
version.
These are so light and they don't feel medicinal.
That's
Right.
When people come in the shop, it's funny because sometimes they look in the color and they're expecting something because
Yeah.
there's no sugar in them. And,
Right.
And
That's another thing I was going to ask you.
yeah,
I think that's so fascinating.
yeah, no sugar, no
Right.
calories. So it's just like pure nutrition and water based. So it goes right. It's totally bioavailable.
What is the water that you use in these?
We use a
'Cause
water
it-
filtration system called Pristine Hydro.
Okay.
And it's the best water filtration I've been able to find.
Okay.
So it takes all the chemicals, including fluoride, out,
Right.
which is, I don't know any other system that takes the fluoride out.
Fluoride out,
So
okay.
it remineralizes, it has the proper pH, so it's the best water that I was able to
Okay.
plant. So, and that's huge, right? We have 2 ingredients,
Right.
the plant material and the water.
Right.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
And the last one.
this is nettle.
Nettle.
Yeah. So
The
nettle,
nettle is what we were talking about.
So stinging
yeah.
nettle is a common weed.
Right.
Super nourishing, calcium, iron, zinc, protein. We call it the game changer, but that's like your daily vitamin.
I love your names.
Yeah, we have fun with
They're
the names.
so appropriate.
Yeah. So that one's amazing. This one also is really great for the kidneys and for the adrenals, for stress, muscle recovery. It's great for athletic, joints. So any kind of athletic activity.
Yeah. So I drink a lot of nettle tea.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes. But this is kind of cool to have. I mean, I never thought of like a cold nettle drink.
Yeah.
Or,
because also a tea
Yes.
is, I mean, you're talking about a small amount of plant material.
exactly. This is more.
Oh
Probably,
yeah,
right?
we use,
Way more.
This is an infusion, so it's the same idea. It's a water extraction.
Okay.
But with a tea, you're using a small amount of plant material. You're keeping it in the water for a few minutes. You're maybe getting some of the
Yeah,
flavor.
That's true. Oh.
This we take a lot. We brew it for hours, so it's the max. It's just really potent. It's super concentrated. You're getting the maximum amount of the vitamins, minerals, alkaloids, all the good plant constituents.
Oh my
So,
goodness!
yeah.
I just got a really good training there because I always thought the tea was really strong.
Well, I think tea is great.
Right,
I mean, I
but-
have nothing against tea,
No,
but
I
this
agree.
is like super tea.
This is super tea.
Yeah.
And all of these things are really in terms
Yeah.
of instead of taking capsules as well.
Oh, totally.
Right
Yeah.
out there, or even
'cause
some of the powders.
I think so. I mean, especially if you're taking, I didn't bring it today, but oat straw is super, super high in magnesium. In fact, I think it's the highest plant source. We're all deficient in magnesium pretty much,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
it's really hard to get it from a supplement.
Right.
So when you take it in a food form, a whole food form, your body can easily assimilate it, and it's just a great way to get your vitamins and
Right.
minerals.
Right. And I am such a fan of like minerals. I think almost
Yeah.
more so than the vitamins a little
Yeah.
bit. I'm a little on the sway that we need so many more minerals
Yeah.
than we do vitamins. I think we can get some of the vitamins, but the minerals we're really deficient in.
They're hard to get. I mean,
Yeah.
our soil's depleted, and we're
Yeah.
not getting as much as we used to in the food, and
Right.
and we
They're
need to
crucial.
supplement. Yeah.
Right. So you've started this business.
Yes.
Took you 10 years, you
Yeah,
said.
well,
which
it didn't
is-
take, I've been wanting to do it
Do
for
it
10
for
years.
10
It's taken
okay.
me almost 2 years to actually
Okay.
launch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what is the future hold for
So
this?
we just opened the shop, so we're getting a really good response from the community, which is really nice. And, my goal is to get these plants out there to
Yeah.
as many people as possible. I mean,
Right.
I've seen the transformation in my own life,
Right.
from my family, my friends that I've been brewing for years.
Yeah.
And so I really just want to make them available
Yeah.
and to educate. And, my goal would be to have multiple stores, to have everybody drinking these, of course. Yeah.
I'm always fascinated. Why
Yeah.
did you decide to do a store instead of just shipping them to Erewhon, Whole Foods,
Yeah.
all over to these natural food markets or places that would be great for you to
Yeah,
for
and that
people
may
to
be in the
buy.
future for us,
Yeah.
but I really felt like, first of all, we brew everything on site, fresh daily.
Okay.
So it's
You do it
really-
at the store?
We do it at the store.
Okay.
So we have a little kitchen in the back, and so I really felt like that was important. That
Yeah.
connection to the plants. All the people that work in the shop are herbalists.
Yeah.
So the intention that goes into making it, is really part of the magic of the plants,
Right.
or of the tonics. So. And I felt like for me, it was just a way to control it.
Yeah.
It was a way to put my toe in the water. And as you know, the beverage industry is completely crowded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought this was a way to really
commendable that
Yeah.
you
To
have
just I know. Well, yeah. So and these are also they're good for 3 days.
Okay.
So if we were ever to mass market it, we would have to do some sort of preservation. The cold pressing or.
Which is not in your cards at the moment.
Not
because
at
of
the
what
moment.
you're doing.
Not at the
'Cause
moment.
It's so
right
pure.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right at the moment, it's really nice that sort of, and it's really great, in the shop too, to have that one-on-one with people who come in because a lot of people have never heard of these.
Right.
They don't know, and they come and they go, "What is this place? What are you
Yeah,
doing?"
yeah.
And so we really get an opportunity to work with people to help them choose the right one
For them.
and then when they come back and it's working and they have stories. So I think that's really nice about having a brick and mortar too.
Right.
Is that, and it's actually been really interesting because we also have an apothecary. So we have one side that's the medicinals. We sell tinctures,
Oh, you
vinegars.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have
I didn't
another
know
side
that.
that's more of the, bath salts, beauty.
Yeah.
They're all handmade by herbalists.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is that people that come in are really looking for the medicine.
Yeah.
They want the tonics and
Yeah,
they go
and
to
they
the
want
medicine.
their herbal
Yeah, which is
tinctures.
really cool, actually,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have to visit
Yeah,
soon. This
yeah.
is really exciting. I am so happy to be able to meet you and to have you on my show. I always ask all my guests,
Yeah.
like if they could sum up their mission
Yeah.
in one word, what would your word be?
one word. Nourishment.
Awesome. Yes. I
don't
love
know,
that.
that's just
We
what
all
I-
need
yeah.
nourishment. Yeah. And at the root level, and then I always say, that's my new word, root.
Yeah.
Get to the root, nourishment. We get to the root issue of illnesses.
Yeah.
These kind of things are doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I
thank
think you
so
give
much,
the
Tracy.
oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, guys, for listening to our Facebook Live. And go to her store in Santa Monica, and you've got to try these. They're absolutely fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you. Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.